So we'll start this evening at the Amber Temple. The reason for this is because between Reman with his tiny hut and Barwolf and his tracking hunter-gatherer features, there's you're there basically. So it's including the blizzard. It's been the best part of 2 weeks to get to the Amber Temple. You're high in the mountains, high in the mountains. It's very cold. You're the morning that you arrive, it's relatively clear. The road ahead. Hold on, let's force this so you can, unless you've got something to see. This is fan art. It's it was a Patreon thing. I don't know if I'm supposed to have it, to be honest with you, but it was on Reddit. So yeah. The road ahead fades under a covering of snow, but it takes you far enough to see the facade of some kind of temple carved into the sheer mountainside ahead. The front of the structure is 50 feet high and has 6 alcoves containing 20-foot tall statues. Each statue is carved from a single block of amber and depicts a faceless hooded figure, its hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. Between the 2 innermost statues is a 20-foot tall archway with a staircase leading down into complete and utter darkness. On the air, as you start to approach, Barwolf, you will get the scent of a fire and cooking meat, and you're drawn to a natural fissure that has opened in the mountainside west of the temple facade, creating a gap 2 feet wide, 10 feet tall, and 15 feet deep. You see a light coming from a room beyond, and you hear human voices there as well. So, gentlemen. Let me know when you've loaded up. And what I'll do is give you the whole of the front of the Amber Temple. As you approach cautiously from a distance of about 70 odd feet away, nothing is disturbed, everything is quiet. So I've made it all visible to you. I shall ask the question. What do you want to do?
Still loading, Dave.
Okie dokie. We'll try and force it again.
It's just taking its time. I can see it's going through the caches.
Okay, right. So most of this temple, the map is absolutely superb, as all the maps are in the colour maps in most Wizard of the Coast products, but the colour is slightly off. So I'll might repeat myself a little bit, especially with the descriptions as to the colour changes. But all of these statues, when it does appear, they are solid amber. So there's sort of an orange glow about them, and all of them are stood in prayer with these hoods pulled over their faces. 6 huge 20-foot tall statues. Between the middle 2, there's stairs descending into complete and utter darkness. You can see that it descends perhaps 20 feet and a slight decline into the temple. And then over to the west is what looks like the front facade has crumbled, and that's where the fire, the flickering light of a fire, and that's where Barwolf's nose is taking you to with the cooking meat and the flame.
Here we are.
Okay. So,
there we go.
What do you want to do?
In which direction is he sent in the fire? Down the stairs, did you say, Dave? Over there.
Yep, that's the what looks like the main entrance. Yeah. That's where the flickering fire and the smell of cooking meat.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I can glean any more?
Yeah, sure.
23.
Okay, so as you get closer, you can hear gruff human voices. You can't tell what they're talking about. 23. And you smell wet dog coming from that direction as well.
I can't hear dogs.
No. In total, you could probably make out somewhere around 5 different voices. And it's sort of a gruff, rough accent. But you don't quite understand what they're talking about. It's kind of hushed tones.
Does it sound like they're talking in common, or does it sound like they're talking in a different language?
It sounds like they're talking in common. But it sounds like, I mean, if you want to get a lot closer, so if you send Valkyn in to do like a full like ninja recce, it sounds like they're talking in hushed tones on purpose.
Weren't we supposed to meet one of the Vistani and bring him here with us?
Was it the Dusk Elves?
To either look for, is it either to do with the girl or to do with the Dusk Elves? Dave's laughing like he's like, fucking someone's remembered.
Yeah, you're here now.
Oh,
It was the
God.
Dusk Elves, wasn't it? I'm sure it was like it was the other Dusk Elves.
It
Yeah,
was,
the leader, wasn't it? Hey ho. I mean, I don't mind going up with Valkyn doing a recce.
Yeah,
Be
if
no
we
good.
make my way to the entrance, see what I can see.
Sure. So are you doing this to get as close as possible?
To the entrance, yeah.
Okay,
I was
stealth.
thinking of going with him as well, just in case, because I like the smell and the hearing extra senses that I've got. I might be able to pick up something a little bit more.
Yeah, sure. So you can both roll stealth to start with.
12 I got.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Apparently Valkyn's trying to pick your pocket.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. It's a D20 roll, mate. It's the same outcome. Or not. So as you get closer, you can see firelight. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll move your token. I'll move Valkyn a little bit around. And you can see that there's a crack in the wall that opens into a chamber. In this chamber, you can just outmake there's bedrolls on the floor, and just here, there's the butt end of a horse-sized direwolf. But in total, as you're moving around, you don't, I mean, even with your ridiculous stealth, you can only sort of make out perhaps 1, 2, 3 human forms and 1 direwolf. But that's where the smell of cooking is coming from. That's where chatting is coming from. You, at a slight angle, you can see that just on the other side there is a door from that chamber. What I'll do, I'll give you the description of the room then, because I can start trying to lock your impression of the room in. So most of the floors here are black marble, polished black, shiny marble, and the walls are all virtually amber. The doors are what's the word? I always forget the word. It's between opaque and transparent is translucent. Translucent, cloudy amber. What I'll tell you is whoever is in there, they seem to be at rest. They're certainly not expecting. They're quite casual, but they are hushed tones.
I mean, if as a group you wanted to sneak up on them, I'm going to be no good here. I'm just a walking barrel of noise.
Yes.
I mean, could the stealthier party move in first, and the heavier, funkier ones follow in suit without being heard?
Could you protect Irina? Damian's relatively nimble, so he could potentially go up and see that Valkyn and Barwolf have done this initial step. So potentially could have a look at stealthing up towards them. If they kind of queue him over, I'd say that they've got kind of a lead.
In terms of, because the whole stealth thing, as far as I'm concerned, is that they're not on guard. They're quite casual. So I'll be quite happy for Brungrik and Irina to be on this corner undetected.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Because that at least puts me in a reasonable range to assist from there. Do you know what I mean? If it all goes south really fast, which it usually does.
And is there anybody on guard that we can see, Dave?
No. No one appears to be on guard. They've the butt end of this direwolf is just next to this door, and it seems still. It's lying down, and it's totally still.
And how many campfires are there?
It's torches on the walls. There are 4 that you can see. You've seen sort of 3, but there's the glow of possibly maybe a couple more. A campfire in the middle. Yeah, so there is a campfire with meat cooking over it.
You move up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So I'm gonna anyone that's moving closer than Brungrik and Irina needs to make a stealth check. And you're moving as a party. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
19.
Yeah, 10. And I've got a +8.
Stuff.
Oh, Lou.
I know. I've got +8 as well. It's taking the piss. No,
Nice,
mine
baby,
not.
nice.
What did you get, Lewis?
10.
10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so position yourself. Oh, I'm Theodor as well on Saturday. Let's see. He'd probably want to stealth up.
I got a 9.
Ooh, oh, yeah. Theodor's letting the party down. So what you're gonna see then as you start to get closer? Who's taking point?
In terms of who's taking the lead?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I imagine we'd all be kind of like stealthing in together. I think like Damian would be more towards the front than probably Valkyn would, but...
Okay, so it gets... as you guys get into this position here, Theodor's starting to move forward. The direwolf stirs and stands and conversation goes quiet inside. So you're in this position. You know that. Go on, Jake. Sorry.
Well, no, carry on.
You know that the direwolf has possibly sensed your presence, and the rest of the camp has subsequently gone quiet. So I'll give you a chance to do something if you wish.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Theodor's already done that, mate. No problem. Bless you.
I wonder. What can I do with the spell that I can never say, Dave? What can you create with it?
Prestidigitation.
That's the badger.
Well, it tells you in the description, mate. There are.
I know it does. I'm wondering how far I could go with it. Almost as if to just try and send something in there that doesn't look out of place, but the people that are in there will go, well, the direwolf stood up because they've sensed that flying, and they go back to doing what they're doing, trying to mislead them.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think what I could do with it to. You know what I'm saying, don't you? Yeah, I'm trying to.
I do, mate. Yeah, you.
Fling some wolf shit on the wall.
Unless Batman goes in and does a similar thing.
So it's instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, shower of sparks, puff of wind, instantaneous light or snuff out a candle. You can clean or soil an object, chill or warm. Yeah, I mean, what are you thinking, mate?
I was thinking more like just like a gust of wind or something like that, just kind of blowing some leaves in or whatever's around that would fit in with the atmosphere. Do you know what I mean? And
yep, fine by me. If you want to roll, so it's a spell that you're attempting to do this with, so it's going to be an Arcana check.
Okay. Ooh, hang on. I don't know,
I feel like you should just cock your leg and mark your territory.
Got an 11.
11. Okay. Right. So let's have. So what I'm going to have that go up against is going to be an insight check. Insight, what kind of ability is an insight? Is it, so I forget, it's a wisdom. Okay. Okay, so after a while, the conversation starts again, but the wolf is still starting now to sort of sniff around. I bet you can't see the wolf yet, can you? But it is here.
Okay.
And the wolf is looking in this direction. I mean, Theodor, as it became obvious that they were alerted, Theodor threw himself to the wall, pressed himself in. And for those of you that can see the direwolf, it's looking and sniffing in this through the tunnel now.
I wonder if we draw it out and try and stealth kill it. I know it's going to be a bit of a feat because it's a fucking direwolf, but strange things have happened.
Are any of these walls around, Dave? Or they scale? At least to get some elevation. I'm thinking if somebody lures it out, I'm at elevation. Come down, knife attacks, probably.
Yeah, it was a bit broken, but you wanted to climb up and jump down on someone.
Yeah, on a direwolf. So if somebody's luring it out, I'm at elevation above the direwolf.
Yeah. Well, you can certainly try. This looks like something has happened in the recent past where part of the facade has crumbled, So whether the mountainside has collapsed onto it. So there's plenty of handholds. You're going to have to try and scale it, though. So that would be athletics to try and climb. Relatively low DC. I'm not going to make this astronomical. You'd be aware. Oh yeah, that looks doable. So if you want to roll that, see if you can get higher.
Nope.
You rolled a natural 1, dude. So at that point, we're going to roll initiative.
Oh man.
It's the dude rolled a natural 1.
Oh shit! I rolled it on D&D Beyond like a pillock. Can I use
that's
the
all right,
D&D
mate.
Beyond one though? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
unbelievable. It was
You
24.
definitely want to use that one, mate. Do you? Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make them not visible to you to start off with. Then, as you see. Okay. What I'm going to
Not
have.
these pricks again.
You shouldn't be able to see that. Turn your chat off. What I'm going to do with Irina for most of this is I'm going to turn her into a non-combatant. I'm assuming that you haven't got a problem with that you want to try and keep her behind everyone and safe.
I'd imagine it'd be like they're coming and Brungrik would be like, stay back, lassie. You know.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna remember to stick her with the party, but I'm not gonna move her. So Theron, so you're not on the tracker yet, Jake, is that right?
Yeah, I'm not on the tracker, but I got 24.
Gotcha. So let's roll
D&D
initiative.
Beyond.
Damian, you're first anyway, mate. So I'll keep you as 21 on there. It makes no difference. I don't think it'll change. So,
Golden.
the wolf now at this collapse of rubble starts to snarl, and then you can hear axes, weapons being prepared as people start to move in the room as the wolf growls in your direction and starts to try and shimmy through here. Actually, it's too large, really. Let me just read the description very quickly because I don't want to tell you something that.
I was going to say, if we're going to be able to shimmy through, surely a direwolf can.
They are quite big, mate. 10 feet
That's
tall.
a large
50.
beast.
2 feet wide. Yeah, they are large beasts.
We're not going to get through there.
2 feet wide.
Well, you're not. how wide are dwarves?
Can you see that, Andy? Can you see that?
I can see it, mate. I can see it.
I think we're
Hey,
gonna
listen, just because we rip into each other in Dragonlance, it doesn't carry over into this, mate.
Oh, it does. It does.
Carry him like this.
So 2 feet, what are you talking? You're talking sort of. You'd be able to shimmy through that, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you'd be
30
fine.
centimetre ruler is a foot to two of them.
Yeah, you'd be
Hungry
fine.
is going to get stuck like Winnie the Pooh.
That's 66 centimetres, isn't it?
Well, it's Damian as Valkyn sort of slides down. You steady him, but then you're ready to react. What do you want to do?
So I'm going to move in towards the corridor. So that was 10 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Move another. It's marking up a 0, but I think it's still another 10.
Just move yourself back to where you were, Jake. I've just got something to do because map tools doesn't like small spaces. So bear with me a second. So I did this on the other campaign. And it really quickly. Heal some of it. Okay, so I'm quite happy with the fact that you can shimmy through.
Are we making a mistake here by not just taking pot shots at the direwolf through the gap initially, just to clear the way?
So my plan's not to go all the way through. My plan is to fight the direwolf from
10 feet.
the confines with my 10
Okay,
feet,
mate.
but still
Alright.
keep. I'm almost going to use it as a natural channel to get, because it can't get back to us. Like if it can't get through the gap, so we've almost got like a natural protection.
Yeah.
So like I was just seeing logistically how far I could get in, so that I could get it with my 10 feet and still be able to get back out of the corridor, because I've got 40 feet of movement in total. So with that only being 10, and that being, because am I still would you? Because that's 5 feet away from the direwolf there.
Yeah.
So I'd want to be like 10 feet back, like about here.
Yeah.
So I can reach it with the whip, and then I'd kind of, so I could see the direwolf, and I was almost gearing up for when Valkyn was climbing. I'd already kind of got the blood whip out, but what I was going to do is I was going to use the claws as almost a bit of a lure, to almost like try and like coax the direwolf up with it, almost like, because it looks like a piece of like almost like meat, because of the tendons and the bones that make up the blood whip.
Nice.
And then having seen Valkyn slip and the wolf start snarling, I'm going to shimmy into the corridor, and wolves are a familiar thing for Damian. Back in his days before he came into Barovia, he was used to fighting wolves. Especially with a bull whip. So he's going to utilise the tight space, and he's just going to go for overhead hits at it.
Go for it.
Rather than his normal big like arcing swings.
I'm picturing Damien with like a cat toy at the minute, just like with a little bell on the end.
So
I was thinking more of 300 where Leonidas has got the thing and he's like sneaking back with it.
It was a natural one.
That's the second natural one this evening, gentlemen. Yeah.
So that one's going to miss. So I'm going to go for another hit. 4. That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
For 11 points of slashing damage to it.
Sure. Okay, so it's right across its snout, and blood sprays, and it is enraged.
And then I'm going to pull myself back out of the corridor like that.
Okay. So as it was sniffing around anyway, in fact, I'm going to take it off Snap to Grid. What I'm going to say is its snout is now stuck here, and is it sort of doing that idiot dog thing where it's trying to get through a space it clearly can't get through. So sorry, I've just offended Sam's sensibilities there.
Yeah. I have an idiot dog, and that is what she does.
So it's trying to get to you, and it clearly can't, but it seems to be blocking the access for everything else. Behind, you can now see, you can make out at least 3 human, rough-dressed figures similar to the ones that you fought on top of Yesterhill.
You say the direwolf's blocking the entrance. Is it like a big pillar of, a big crack? He's just blocking our way if we were to walk through it.
Yeah, if you imagine
So
instead
stuff could go over the top of it through the gap into the ring.
Yeah, yes, mate. Yeah, but this, like I say, it's a horse-sized wolf. But it's Valkyn's turn.
So I didn't want to use one of those slots, but I'm gonna, because I just want to use my divine smite. So yeah, he's going to move into range just outside mapping range of the direwolf.
Yeah,
and he's going to try and come over the top of the head with his dagger on top of the direwolf's head.
Okay.
And I'm going to use divine.
Okay, so it hasn't attacked yet. You're assassin.
Yeah, so I'm going to use assassinate. I'm going to use my. Oh, I can use my sneak attack if I've got advantage. Assassinate gives me advantage, yeah. No.
Yes.
Cool. So I shall initially roll to hit with my dagger. 17.
Yeah, 17. It's a crit anyway, so you don't need to roll with advantage. So,
Cool. Now, Dave, you're gonna have to remind me what I'm rolling.
you're rolling
So
2d4, 8d6, 4d8 plus 7.
Fucking hellfire.
D8.
Johnson's got a new toy.
Yeah, I just wanted to use it.
48, 8d6, 2d4. Oh! Plus 7's 52.
How would you like to overkill the die? How would you like to kill the direwolf?
I knew it was overkill, but I just wanted to use it at least, just to get it out of my system. So in this narrow gap, he's going to kind of neo up the walls a little bit. So sidestep one wall, sidestep to the other wall, and then come crashing down on top of the direwolf's skull and just sink its skull into the ground, making a little bridge so we can step across the direwolf into the ring.
Okay. What do you want to do with the rest of your movement bonus actions?
Oh, of course. I shall move into the room and I shall hide.
Hold up.
No.
Put yourself there. So you've moved
Yeah.
20. I shall now make the rest of the...
Okay.
Hold up. Go back. I shall now make the rest of the room visible to you. So as you move 20 feet into the room, you massacre this direwolf and start clambering over him. You can now see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these berserker lads and what looks like their chieftain, who is a huge brute of a fella, just at the back.
I made a mistake.
Yeah.
It was at this point that the Valkyn realised he'd fucked up.
So you've moved 20. You've got a bonus action and 20 feet of movement, 10 feet of movement left.
And there's nowhere to hide.
No, there's nowhere to hide.
There's nowhere to hide. Jesus.
Unless you do an Empire Strike Back, cut the direwolf open and get in there.
Just to warm myself up.
Yeah, that's it.
Literally.
You need the sun sword for that though.
Can I cast a first level spell with a bonus action?
Yeah. I don't think you have. You got any bonus actions? You better... Come on, Johnson.
Bonus action. Should have, shouldn't I?
I don't know the spells that you've got.
Oh yeah, I've got Shield of Faith.
Okay, well you could cast that on
that.
either. Yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, and that shall. In fact, I'll just move slightly out of the way to allow people to help me.
Okay, so you're concentrated on Shield of Faith.
Yeah.
Which takes us to the first berserker, who's going to charge in towards you, Andy. The berserker is going to go reckless, so he's going to attack with his great axe with advantage. Rolls poorly. Rolls 12 to hit. Yep, they just double checking. Yeah, they only get one attack, which takes us to Theodor. So Theodor's seeing what's happening from that point of view. I'm gonna do a lot of firebolts with Theodor, I dare say. He's gonna step here. The one that's against you, he's gonna throw a firebolt. Then he rolls a natural one.
No, Theodor.
Yeah, and he's gonna back off. That takes us to second Berserker, who's at the back of the room. He hasn't got enough movement. So Valkyn's calling out what's happening now. This lad, his leader, is ordering him to stay here and hit anything that comes close to him. Next Berserker in line is going to charge into Valkyn. He's going to go reckless. 22 to hit Valkyn.
Hit.
14 points of slashing damage. You need to make a concentration check, so that's a charisma, constitution saving throw, DC 10. Passed, so your Shield of Faith is still up. That takes us to Barwolf.
What does his Shield of Faith do?
Plus 2 AC.
2 AC, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to move up because I've got shit line of sight at the minute. Okay. I'm assuming I can get through this gap day without any penalty to my movement.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. Yeah.
Cool. One more. Okay. Right. The leader at the back. I'm gonna have a shot at him with my bow, please.
Okay, so this lad here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go for it.
22.
Yeah, 22 hits.
So what I'm also gonna do when I hit him, I'm gonna use my new arcane archer. Spend a point when I hit him with grasping arrow as well. So I'll roll my damage and I've got to roll another 2d6 poison.
Okay.
So 11 points. Normal damage and 10 points of poison damage.
21.
Yeah.
Does he get a save or anything?
No, basically now his movement's reduced by 10 feet. And the first time he moves, he takes another 2d6 worth of damage for every 1 foot he moves.
Right, I'm going to put the poison condition on him because you've hit him with poison, and you're going to have to remind me of that when we move forwards. Then, anything else from you, Luke?
Yep. I'm going to use my second action.
Well, strictly speaking, if you're ranged, it should have been with a disadvantage because you're within melee reach of this lad.
Oh, even though I've got sharpshooter.
Yeah. What are sharpshooters you can hit even if they have cover?
Attacking at long range.
You don't get a disadvantage, I think, when you're in melee.
Oh, you don't?
I don't think so. No, I think that's cross. Attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage on your ranged attack rolls. Your ranged attack rolls ignore half cover and 3/4 cover. It might be crossbow expert, you know that.
Yeah,
nullifies
it is.
that.
It is with disadvantage then, though.
Okay.
Just roll again to hit.
Oh, natural one.
Yeah, so we need to undo all of that, unfortunately. So your first attack misses.
All right. I'll try the repeat with my other attack on him.
Okay, yeah. So
With
disadvantage
advantage,
again. Yeah.
14.
14 misses.
Now.
Ooh, Lewis. Okay.
bonus action, then I'll imbue my longbow with magic.
Okay.
So it's
This is
fire.
right. These are all new things to me because we leveled up last time, didn't we? So that takes us to Brungrik.
So Brungrik's going to toddle forward to the gap. And he's going to cast Sacred Flame on this chappy here.
Gotcha. Dex save.
Let's do it. A yes. 17, please.
Rolls 18.
You son of a bitch. Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Nope. Andy, Reman's turn.
Right, so I'm going to move up to there so I can see down the gap. I'm going to launch a firebolt at this guy here.
Yeah.
15 to hit. Oh no, 23 to
15.
hit.
Yeah, 23 hits.
16 points of damage.
Done. Anything else?
I'm just going to drop back a bit so I can keep an eye on Irene as well.
Cool. So Berserker, who's already on Valkyn, he's going to make an attack. A reckless attack, rolls 24 to hit Valkyn. 9 points of slashing damage. You need to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 10 again. 5. Shield of Faith drops.
Okay. Can I use uncanny dodge to half?
You can half the damage, yeah. It won't affect the save, though. You failed the save.
No.
So the last...
Yeah. Round up, is it, Dave, or round down?
Yeah. Always round down.
Yeah.
So the last Berserker is going to charge in. These Berserkers, while they're reckless, they're attacking with advantage, but everyone gets advantage to hit them. But attack rolls against it have advantage. Yeah, so 21 to hit Valkyn. Yeah, 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay, can I use uncanny dodge? Is it unlimited uncanny dodge?
No, it's not. You can use it as a reaction, I believe, once per turn. It should tell you. Right, this leader, he's going to try and plug the gap, so he's standing on top of the wolf's corpse, and he's going to swing at Barwolf. Right, first attack is going to... So he's running in with a spear and a shield. He's going to use his shield to attempt to bash at Barwolf, and he rolls 15... No.
Misses.
Okay, so it's going to be spear attack. Rolls a 12. That misses. And then he rolls a 20.
Can I do a reaction of Blood Curse of the Eyeless, please?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so... well, that was a load of bullshit. Still hits. So I basically take a D6 off your attack.
Oh, okay. That's
so
a shame.
19.
But that's 15 points of piercing damage. He appears to be wielding this spear quite proficiently. That is end of that round.
Was it? Did he attack
He didn't attack recklessly, no.
Okay.
So that takes us up to Damian.
So Damian's going to shimmy back into the corridor, keeping at 10 feet away from the leader, and then he's going to make a whip attack against the leader.
Sure.
That's a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
I'll chuck a superiority dice onto this one.
Sure.
So that's 10 points of damage plus another d8. So that's 3. So 13 points of damage.
Gotcha.
And then he'll crack off another attack against him, which is 18 to hit.
18. He's going to use his reaction to increase his AC by 3. So that's not enough.
Okay.
As he parries.
That is fine. That is Damian done them.
Okay. Valkyn, you're surrounded by lads that you automatically get advantage to hit. So your sneak attack is going to apply to anyone that you do connect with.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take a swipe out of the one the east of me. Yeah.
Yeah.
With my dagger.
And your advantage.
Keep disconnecting. Am I back?
Yeah. Everything's a bit slow tonight. I just wonder if it's a slow internet.
I think it's across the board.
So, bonus action, I'm going to disengage and move.
Hold up, mate. You need to
30
roll
feet.
with advantage.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I do. My bad. I'll just roll again, shall I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 27 to hit.
27 hits. So that is 2d4, 8d6 plus 7.
Gosh. 41.
48.
48, sorry.
Yeah, it's not enough to kill him.
Jeez.
Another bit. Yeah, bonus action, disengage, and then move my 30 feet across the other side of the room.
Sure. So that takes us to the berserker that you've just injured. He's coming at you. he's not happy about that.
Oh,
He's full on reckless. Again, rolls 22 to hit you.
Oh, you really well tonight, Dave. Yeah, hits.
10 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Theodor now is going to spot a bit of a gap. What he's going to do is he's going to drop a fireball.
Oh, nice.
Right. Let's see.
Need to drop it out there, don't you?
Go back
Think
of the
so,
room.
mate, yeah. Circle. So, yep, he can get all of them and dodge all of you. Okay. So, right, I'm going to make some saving throws for the berserker to start off with. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. DC 17. 1 passes. 2 fails. 3 passes. 4 fails. 5 fails, so 1 and 3 pass. And then, oh yeah, I've got the main boss as well. Who you get? Yes, he does go bonus. Yeah, rolls a natural 20, so he saves as well. Theodor's damage is doing third level. Lots off. I do 34, but he's a fire master, so those ones he turns into 2, so that's 36
Nice.
damage. 36 halved to 18. Right, so 1. Hold up, 1 and 3 passed, didn't they? 1
and 3 passed, yeah.
takes 18. 1, 18, 3, and the leader. No, the others take 36, which includes the one that's a pile of ashes next to Valkyn. Well done, Lars. Is he
He's standing there with a pile of ashes, giving it the finger.
He is, and he's going to duck back out of the way. I was looking on Discord earlier. He was playing Ark. We need to check. See if it's still on. Right, a berserker at the back.
All these are on fire as well, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm not. Yeah, it's going to add to the smoke and the general ambience, but I'm not going to. Yeah. The berserker here, his leader's going to tell him to go after Valkyn, of which he's going to do recklessly.
Yes, he is still online. He's on Ark.
Is he? 8, 9.
Well,
20.
Yeah, night with Carl, isn't it, on Ark?
Probably. 20 to hit, 8 slashing damage. You got that, Andy?
Sorry?
8 damage, mate.
8 damage.
Yeah. Right. Reckless against Barwolf. 21 to hit.
That hits.
8 slashing damage. It is your turn, though, dude.
Okay. Bonus action Crimson Right on my katana.
Okay.
So that.
Ooh.
That hurt. But that katana's now got 5 damage on it now, so anything's a plus 1d6. The leader in front of me, I'm going to have a swing at him with my katana.
Sure.
12 misses.
12 misses.
Okay, second attack. Fucking hell, 13.
13 misses.
Okay, can I action surge?
Of course you can.
Lovely. 2 attacks again, isn't it?
Yes, mate, yeah.
Come on, Barwolf. 19.
He's going to use... Hold up. Has he had his turn? Who did he use his reaction against last turn? It was Jake. Yeah. So since then... Yeah, he's had his turn, so he's going to use his reaction to block that.
Okay. After 1. Fuck me.
Can I see him from there, from where I am?
I'm just going to amend. So, yeah, no, 60, 19 still hits, so you can roll your damage for the 19. From where you are, mate. Oh no,
Don't
chance.
think I can.
No, you're yeah. I mean, yeah.
So I get to still roll for 1 for the 19.
Yes, mate. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it takes his AC to 19, so you do actually hit with a 19, do you?
So 14 plus 1 fire damage, so 15 in total.
15. Gotcha.
That was shit.
So far, this lad, he's sort of doing the thing as you know, the hits are spurring him on, if anything. Brungrik's turn.
Brungrik is going to try again, so he's going to throw a Sacred Flame at the leader this time.
Gotcha.
Dex 17, please.
Rolls 19.
Tell what, Dave, just go away.
Anything else, mate?
Oh, solid then. Bonus action, I'm going to summon my spiritual weapon behind him.
Sure. Where are you? It was a big axe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Douche. Yep. Got. Oh shit. Protodrage. You see it? There.
Yeah, I got it. And then can I thunk him with it?
Yeah.
That'd be a natural 20 for a 29, Dave.
Go on, Yoth.
It's only rolled 2d8.
Or what
no,
level did you cast it as?
Spiritual weapon you only cast at 1 level, don't you?
No, you can upgrade spiritual weapon if you
I've
do
done
it as a
second level anyway.
Oh, okay, right. So it is 20 points of damage. That's a really nice damage roll. But yeah, the idea of spiritual weapon is you upgrade it as you get higher level. So when you cast it at 4th level, it does 2d8 naturally. So that would have been 4d8 if you'd have cast it.
Right,
second.
gotcha. Yeah.
Now,
is it classed as a melee attack?
Yeah. In terms of,
melee spell. I don't think it applies because I have the blessed strike.
No.
When a creature, it's weapon attack or cantrips.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you hit with Sacred Flame, you cannot roll an extra d8.
That's why I've been chasing that.
Done.
Yeah.
So now it's Reman's turn then.
So I'm going to move up behind Brungrik.
Yep.
And then I'm going to cast a fireball here. So it should get everybody else except Valkyn, shouldn't it?
Yeah, you can dodge Valkyn and Barwolf. So, what's your DC?
So 3rd level, 16.
16. 3, 4. So, 1 passes, 2 passes, 3 passes, 4 passes. And the leader fails. So roll your damage.
No, you're rolling well tonight, yeah.
33.
33. Still not quite enough. He's now gone from your so what's that? 15, 16. He's still doing the but it's slowed down and it's now quite lethargic and it sounds ridiculous coming from the fact that he's virtually burnt to a cinder. Right, so I'm guessing that's Reman's turn.
Yeah.
Berserker in the room. I think what the leader would be doing is he'd divide and conquer. So he'd be saying to this Berserker, go after Valkyn, and the other Berserker to go after Barwolf. So this one, going to roll with advantage. 20 to hit Valkyn. That's 10 points of slashing damage. This Berserker is going to step into here against Barwolf. Rolling with advantage, 13.
Misses.
Yeah. The leader now, though, on Barwolf, he's going to rinse and repeat what he attempted last time. So he's going to try and charge into you with his shield. Rolls an 18.
Can I do my reaction, please?
Yeah, of course you can.
This time, though, I'm going to amplify it. So I'm going to do Blood Curse of the Eyeless.
Yep.
But I'm going to amplify it, so I have to take some damage now.
Okay.
Which is 3 points. So every attack you make against me now, we deduct a 1d6 from it.
Okay.
So what did you roll? Sorry.
18.
18. Yeah, that misses.
Nice. So that was his shield bash. The rest is going to be with his spear. 18.
7. Yeah, that hits.
That's only 10 points of damage. You rolled poorly for that.
Yeah.
And the next one's 20 to hit.
Ball bags, yeah, that is.
18.
Well.
Yeah, that's a shame, mate. That's a nice feature, though. That's 14 damage, and he rolls well for that damage.
Can I see him from where I am now? Can I see?
Yeah.
Can I cast Silvery Barbs?
You can on that second one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you didn't take that 14 loot.
Oh, okay.
And it's a 15 to hit you.
That misses.
Yeah. Okay, nice one, Andy.
Thank you.
Yeah. That takes us to Damian. They're all looking particularly rough now, Jake. Oh, are you muted, dude? Sorry, mate.
Does Silvery Barbs do anything else other than allow you to like?
Yeah, I can cast. Hold on. You magically distract the triggering creature and turn it momentarily uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. You can then choose a different creature you can see within range. Choose a creature has advantage on the next attack roll. Yeah, I didn't do that, did I?
No.
That's okay. Who's got advantage?
Damian.
Damian's turn.
So I'll make an attack against him with the blood work then.
Okay, the leader.
Yeah. Let's try and hit him with it. That's a 28 to hit.
Nah, hit. Can't do anything about that.
That's going to be 11 points of slashing damage.
Not quite enough. He is. He's well. I've just finished a night shift. So I can't be bothered with the hyperbole. He's on 2 hit points. Jake, finish him.
Okay, I'll go for another attack against him. It's only for one attack, isn't it? The advantage.
Yeah.
That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
For 13 points of damage.
Okay. How do you want to kill him?
I'm just gonna crack him across the face and like reap the claws down his face the first time, and then the second time I'm just gonna do it with the claws catching his throat, and the kind of where the burns are already, it's gonna rip the blister and then pull his throat out.
Ooh.
And
Pleasant.
then I'm gonna move in next to Barwolf, and then actually, can I see how they're looking in the room at the moment, like the other berserkers from where I'm standing? Now, if I move this bit closer.
Yes. Yeah.
So this one here, how's this one looking? Is he looking?
The two that are currently in front of you are the healthiest. Valkyn, as you go around the corner, is telling you that these two are looking the weakest by far. These two are. It looks like half of their vitality is.
I'm gonna stay exactly where I am then.
Okay, Valkyn.
Okey-dokey. Can I? Bonus action disengage. And move in. This point here. And I'm going to sneak attack against this chap. Berserker. Please.
Okay, go for it.
I'm not attacking with advantage, am
Yes, they're all berserking, so you anyone attacking them rolls with advantage.
I? 22.
22 hits.
And it's 2d4 and...
Actually it's not, is it? Because you're not critting. It's just yeah. So I think I overshot it. So it's 1d4 and 4d6 plus 7. Anyone?
21.
Not quite enough. Okay. Theodor will launch a firebolt at that one. See if you can finish him. Anyone? Whoa, 15. Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. So Berserker. We've got a Berserker is going to follow Valkyn. That's an attack with advantage. 15 to hit Valkyn.
Yes.
Okay. Next Berserker is the fella on Barwolf. 19 to hit Barwolf.
Yep.
13 points of slashing damage.
Bushki, bushki.
But it is Barwolf's turn.
Okay. The one that's just had a go at me, I'm going to have an attack at him, please, with my katana.
Okay.
20.
20 hits. So that's still an extra d6, isn't it?
Yeah.
You concentrate on that.
No. 19.
19 damage.
Yep.
Not quite dead.
Okay. Ooh, I was so tempted then. I'll have another go at him with my sword again.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Finish him.
There it is.
Yeah, 15 plus 1.
Still dead. How does he die?
Basically, just after being hit by him, he kind of parries it off, and you just see him bringing his katana up and just slices it clean.
Nice. So you're free to move now, should you wish. There's 2 opponents left.
Cool. I'll move to there, please.
The corner. Yeah. Okay. Brungrik.
Oh, Dave.
Yeah.
Bonus action. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to do second wind if that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and that's me done then.
I'm assuming I'm not going to be able to walk past Damian.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit of a. Oh, you can.
Squeeze.
Yeah.
Unless
No,
Damien,
I'll
unless
take the
Damian
car.
tosses the dwarf.
Well, as my bonus action, I will move and attack with the spiritual hammer to start with.
Okay.
So let's go to the nearest one, because that one I could probably just know that he's there. So
Yep.
I'll take a swipe at him first. Let's see what
Sure.
happens there. 25 to hit.
Yeah.
12 points of damage.
Okay. Not quite enough.
Okay. So if I move sort of forward to Jake, I can just about get a bead on him.
Yeah, that's fine, mate.
Because do you know what I mean? I'd be a bit more behind Jake, as it were. Damian, sorry. So then he'll have another go at. Because I'm determined to do it. Sacred Flame. So I need a dex save of 17, please.
11.
Sweet. So that will be 14 points of damage plus. Just let me do it, Dave. I know I've killed him, but just let me do it.
I'm not objecting.
Oh, where is it? Another 5.
Sorry, 19. How does he die?
So I imagine sort of as the axe slams into him and knocks him forward, Damian just Brungrik just sort of launches himself forward, looks around Damian's waist, and Sacred Flame across. Seems a bit
Nice.
more powerful than usual.
Wicked. Which takes us to Reman.
I can't really do anything.
No, that's a shame, isn't it? We'll skip over you then. Oh no, it's actually the Berserker's turn, isn't it?
And unless I can bounce fireballs off walls.
Unfortunately not, which is a damn shame. So the Berserker's going to charge one final time towards Valkyn. It rolls 17 to hit Valkyn.
Just it.
11 points of slashing damage.
Can he dodge?
Okay. So reduced to 5. Damian, finish him.
Damian's gonna move through here, and then he's gonna make attacks with the blood whip.
Sure.
That's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, these are should be with advantage as well, Jake. But 22 hits.
Oh, I'll roll again. If I can get the crit. No, it's just a 29.
Close.
That's 10 points of damage.
I like how you casually say, "Nah, it's just 29."
Does 10 kill it or?
No, not quite.
Okay, so I'll make my second whip attack. Is that still with advantage again?
Yeah.
Oh no. That's 24 to hit.
Yeah, 24 hits. So actually 13 would have hit, but yeah.
Oh wow. I want to see if I get a crit. That's 12 points of damage against him.
How would you like to kill the last combatant?
Seeing that he's going in at the back of Valkyn, Valkyn kind of leans out the way as Damian cracks him with the whip in the face the first time, and then cracks the whip round his neck and pulls it. But as he does it, it breaks his neck,
Okay, nice.
pulling him to the floor.
Right. Bear with me a second. Because maptools has decided. So yeah. One sec.
I saw nothing.
I know. I don't know why it does it on this map. I must have set it up wrong somehow. Right. Just mark it up.
I flipped back to the Discord and I could see it. Not the Discord. Flew back to the Twitch.
Yeah. Why is it doing that? Right, hold up.
You've broke it, Dave.
I have. I've just broke it now, haven't I? Okay, that's so frustrating. It's the light. Where's the leak? Is that not done it either? No, it hasn't. I don't know what to tell you, chaps. Right. That's just that room, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's the corridor. It's the whole corridor thing. Go for it. Softly. So I know you saw a bit. I'll do.
Am I right in thinking these look a bit like the berserkers from Yesterhill?
Exactly the same, yeah. They're maybe a slightly different tribe, but similar in every single way. Right, that's the best I'm going to do for now, then, chaps. Yeah, so I'll keep it on you.
Can I have a little look at the weapons that the druid the leaders had? All of them had.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, in terms of armor, it's sort of boiled leather, studded leather shields. There's enough to equip you with a set of studded leather or shields. One shield and studded leather. The rest is hide armor. Most of the berserkers had great axes, and the leader himself, it's just a very simple spear and a shield, but he was just very proficient at using it. There's nothing stand out about any of them. So from the room that you're in, you can now see two exits, north and east, from this chamber. The floor, as I've mentioned, polished black marble. The walls are amber. These doors are translucent amber. Through this one, you can just make out moving, glowing, some kind of a glow coming through this one from this chamber. That one is just into darkness. You would be aware of the fact, from looking into the entrance, that this place is completely pitch black. For those of you that haven't got dark vision, you're not going to be able to see in here. Theodor is going to cast light on the end of his staff.
I wonder why he was going to cast light on them. Not on his helmet again.
Does anybody else not have dark vision?
I don't have dark vision.
Do you need light, Jake? I can cast light on something for you.
Yeah, that'd be handy.
Yeah, I've not got it either.
I can only do it on one. Yeah. I can do
Am I
it on
right in
one.
thinking it would
last an hour.
illuminate? Light itself would illuminate enough, though.
You shared bright light 20 feet and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
So potentially with those two uses of light, we've got quite a bit of light anyway, haven't we?
Yeah.
So you're casting light on Damian?
Yeah, because if we have Theodor at the back and Jake you're somewhere nearish the front, that gives a good coverage then, doesn't it?
Okay, so I've put light spell on Damian, light spell on Theodor. So it is, you know how map tools, you can click off your token and you can see what everyone else can see, but you're going to have to make sure you clicked on your token for what you can see.
Because I've got 60 feet of dark vision.
Out of curiosity, Dave, what meat were they cooking on the fire?
What do you fancy? As a you know what it is? It's mountain goat.
Oh, lovely.
Can I eat any and recover any HP? The last legs.
I think Barwolf be cheeky and probably pull a leg off it and munch on it while we're walking through.
Well, nothing else seems to be happening. There's no movement. You've just got the glow coming from the north wall. You can take a long rest in this room if you particularly needed to. Short rest in this room if you particularly need.
Yeah, I probably could do with doing that.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a short rest then.
Wow. D&D Beyond actually adds the health points now when you roll the health dice. That's nice.
It always has done.
Not for me, it hasn't. It's always been alright about end.
No, it hasn't for me either. If it does it. Nope. Eight.
Sick.
Oh, and I've just got all my blood maledicts back as well.
Cool. Yeah, you've got your action surge and your what's it back as well?
Second wind back as well.
My weapons have still got all the flame on them as well.
Oh, how long does that last for?
No, actually. Hold on. I want to say an hour off the top of my head. Oh no, tell a lie. It lasts until I take a long, short rest.
Oh, okay. There you go. So,
should we make haste?
Look at Johnson.
Do you recover any spell slots on a short rest?
Nope. You don't, mate, no.
It's only warlocks, isn't it, that get spell slots back on short rest?
Yeah.
That's what I'm loving with my system at the minute. It's just like, oh, short rest, yeah, all right.
Yeah, I can do short rest on you, Andy.
I've already done it, mate.
Right, do this for me. Press your short rest button.
Yeah.
Press. You see, you've got 2 empty slots on rogue.
Yeah.
Press a slot and then press the 1d8 plus 2 with a heart in it.
Oh, I don't need you to cast light, Sam.
There you go.
No.
And then if you were to take the short rest, that confirms it. Okay, so I'm going to take that one off you, and then I'm going to come out your character sheet. But that's all you need to do, mate, is you press you tick each box, press the button underneath, and that rolls them automatically for you, and then heals you as well.
Oh.
If you cast it on Barwolf, though, I've got the Sun Sword. So if you cast it on Barwolf, just in case I decide not to use the Sun Sword and put it away, but I'll pull the Sun Sword out.
Yeah, no worries.
Was that the light spell? You on about?
It's a cantripping.
Yeah.
It's
So
just
I'll put. Yeah, but I can change your vision on map tools as well.
Yeah.
So Barwolf now has the light spell. Damian, you haven't got anything on you.
I've got the Sun Sword though.
Yeah. Let me know if you are you pulling it out.
I'm pulling it out. I'm going to pull my sword out.
Okay, so I can put like a sudden rod on you, so that gives you 30 feet. So it's 15 feet bright, 15 dim.
I've actually used it as well.
Dave, if I use my arcane recovery during this short rest, I could recover my 3rd and 2 first level spell slots. Is that right?
Correct.
I'm going to use that if that's okay.
Yeah, costs us, mate. So during your sort of hour respite or respite, depending on how you want to pronounce it, nothing seems to have moved. You've still got this this glow, this amber glow coming from this side, but this amber door is still sealed shut. As you've, you know what I'm going to do? I think it'd probably be Sam with the highest passive perception. Is
19.
Yeah, I think that's enough. As you're sort of mucking about. to object. You spot a secret door. Here, there's just a panel that you spot.
Ooh.
Where's that, Dave? I didn't see thing come up.
Just the
Still, describe where it was. My thing's frozen.
I'm gonna force your view again, chaps, if that's all right.
Yes, please, sweetheart.
Has anyone
So in the
got
south
No,
wall.
Coke, please. Yeah.
probably be anyone got a good investigation to look? No, is it investigation to look for traps? Anyone good at finding traps? Investigation or perception?
I think I've got a
Well,
pretty high investigation.
I've got a +4
perception.
in investigation and +5 in perception.
Dave,
I've
what would
got
it be to look to make
6
sure
in
it's not trapped?
perception and 5 in investigation.
Investigation.
Who's got the highest investigation then? It's intelligence based.
+4.
I've got +5.
Does anyone get any bonuses looking for traps? Do you get bonuses looking for traps, Andy Johnson?
Oh, I think I've
Where
got.
was it? What would that be? Bonuses.
It
I don't
might
think
be.
I do, mate.
No,
No,
Just
I don't think I
wanted
do.
to check it's not trapped before we.
You want me to have a look at it then?
Yeah.
That's 20, a dirty 20.
Nice.
Yeah, Dirty 20's nice. Nothing. No, it looks like it's stuck initially. As you check round, you can't see anything that stands out in terms of traps. But the door itself, the sliding panel, you'd push and slide, and it takes a bit of pushing until it actually. You manage to shift a little bit of gristle, a bit of grime. But it slides open easily, no traps. And on the other side of the secret door is carved into the south wall of this dusty space are cylindrical holes fit for scrolls or maps. So it's another room. All of the scrolls, anything that would have been parchment or paper or papyrus or anything, has long since crumbled to dust.
Can I have? Oh.
Yep.
Can I have a kind of a better look into the room, see if I can kind of find anything of note?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. It'd take you sort of 10 minutes for both of you to sort of cover the space. You can both roll perception just to make sure that you're giving it a thorough recce.
It's only a 14.
I also got a 14, and it
Yeah.
hovered. The little bastard hovered on an 18, which is a +9 would be mint.
It would, but all of these holes, all of these niches, you use the word niche, they're all empty. It's just dust and crumbled parchment.
Is there anything to indicate what the room was?
You would guess this was a store for scrolls. You clearly by now have worked out that it's an ancient temple. This was built. You knew this anyway. This was built before the time of Strahd. This was, you would assume, some kind of domicile, someone's room, maybe one of the priests or mages, and this would be where they kept their prized scrolls. Oh, if only you'd have come 4,000 years ago.
We'll roll better on our perception checks.
There's nothing here. It's literally dust. Everything's dust. Yeah. If you'd have got your 19, it would have been the same. I'll tell you. Just to.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
That bit of my ego.
Yeah. No, because that's a. Oh, I'm pressing F8 and re-rolling that one.
Yeah.
You don't need to. Okay, so 2 options. Well, 3 really, because you could still go back out and down there through the
Well,
main.
Would it make sense, I was looking at the map, to push east through this door and see if it loops back to the main entrance?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so who's going to open the door? Where is everyone standing? What would you like Irina to do?
I would keep up. I'd stay back with Irina.
Can we check that door for traps? That was a very specific amount of questions.
Yeah, you can check. I think what you know what Irina, because she's she is a smart cook. She's going to go into this room, and she's not only going to go into this room, she's potentially going to stand next to the shutter and be prepared to shut the shutter.
I'm gonna stay kind of back towards Irina then, just to make sure that even if she shuts the shutter, nobody's getting through it.
So who's opening the door? Where's everyone
I mean,
standing?
I'm happy to give the door a quick inspection to make sure that there's no traps on this door.
Well, these translucent amber doors, it would be difficult to fashion a trap in them of them. They're just sort of translucent amber. You know I mean the best,
like frosted glass.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But it, you can't really see through it other than a bit of a glow from that direction. So I'm not going to get you to roll. There's no traps.
Good stuff. I'm gonna stay exactly where I am. Somebody will push the door open.
I'll push it open because I'm quite keen to have a mosey around this place for personal reasons.
Okay. So as that door swings open, then Mr. Miller. Right, go for it, mate. If you want to reset your token, I'll give you a 20-foot wide balcony of black marble with a shattered railing overlooks a vast temple. Black marble staircase at each end of the balcony descends 30 feet to the temple floor. The vaulted ceiling is 30 feet high above the balcony. The walls and ceilings are covered in an amber glaze, lending the gloom a golden sheen. A set of amber doors stands closed at the west end of the hall, and a similar pet stands open to the east. So the west is where you're stood. There's an exit which looks as if it's leading towards the stairs, and there's a set of doors open here. This is all black marble. Anything else, door or wall related, gives it an orangey, amber, golden glow. As Reman opens the door, Brungrik, were you stepping through?
Yeah, screw it.
Okay.
Just barged past like a bolshy dwarf.
Yep. All right, lads, let's have at it.
From this direction, you hear a roar of
Direction, sorry.
to the north,
Northeast-ish.
east, yeah, so northeast. You hear a sort of a roar, a very faint roar of flame. I'm going to get Brungrik and Reman to make a.
I thought you froze then, Dave.
No. Oh, I'm just considering it. You can make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
I wish I'd taken the shield feat. That's 12 for Brungrik.
7.
Okay. you are both going to take 18 points of fire damage as a fireball erupts and throws you back into the room. As this happens, just before you're thrown into the room, this glow coming from here starts to move. And you can now see there's arrow slits here, and there's a glow of green, like a green light moving around as it passes the arrow slits. And you can see this translucent door now. There's 3 distinct green, well, not distinct, hazy globes. But you also start to hear high-pitched cackling, screaming coming from here.
Ugh, they're back.
Oh, lordy.
No, if you're thinking hags, I don't think that's what this is.
Do we
I sound.
recognise the screams?
Yeah, can I roll a knowledge check?
Sure. If you want to roll Arcana, you can all roll Arcana, in fact.
Say, Dave. So, I get advantage on Faith, Fiends, or Undead. Is it any of the above?
Can
Can I roll advantage?
Yeah. What, in terms of... Yeah.
Basically, I can recall information if it's anything that I'd know of.
Yeah, go for it.
So, 18 with advantage. Ugh, doing shit today.
Yeah, you're not doing great. Right,
Arcana.
so... Yes, mate. Yeah. I was just waiting for you to have a go. Valkyn's rolled a 6. 27, there you go. Yeah, it's not hags. It's not that kind of laugh. You've 27 is really good. So you've heard of similar things before. Reanimated skulls of mages are known as flame skulls, and they possess some of the fire and zeal of their former life. So they're tiny, floating, flame-wreathed, spell-casting skulls. And there seems to be 3 of them to the north. That doesn't explain where the fireball came from, however.
No, but those 3 are bad enough.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll push Brungrik back here.
Yeah.
And as the doors, these amber doors, huge, massive double doors, as you go back, you shut the doors, you're now back in this room again. What do you want to do?
Bugger. Don't fancy doing that one again.
What about if we push the door to the north if we heard the cackling?
Jago.
Well, we need to get through the Amber Temple because one of the artifacts that we need to destroy Strahd is here.
Don't fancy this.
I appreciate it. It says the treasure is hidden in a small castle beneath a mountain guarded by amber giants. We've got to do this.
I know.
So I think Damian's gonna. If I'm gonna push this door open, but I'm gonna do it so I'm almost like leaning into the wall as I push the door open.
Okay.
You're team 6.
Where's everyone else standing? Irene is going to stay in this room with the shutters shut.
I'm going to move to the corner.
Okay.
NPCs in combat in Strahd.
You know why? Because when Dave uses NPCs in Dragonlance, and Andy will attest to this, he fucking rolls natural 20s.
He did really well yet last night as well.
Yeah.
In Dragonlance with our NPC.
Darrett.
Oh, right, okay.
Garrett for MVP last night.
No, I think you
Um,
did pretty well with that that horse chase.
Oh man,
they half of the party used the gnome flinger.
Only half?
Yeah.
Yeah, we split up.
Oh no.
Oh,
we split the party. We did the Cardinal D&D
Oh
sin.
no. You don't do that.
Let me ask you a question then. Do you want Irina to get involved in the combat?
I ain't bothered.
no, I was going to move into the room with Irene.
Hey.
Look, it's not fun when it's not consensual.
So, are you all
You
stood
link-
where you? Go on, Jake.
I was to say, it's lingering around like a bad smell.
Valkyn's a bad dude, but he's not rapey.
Well,
Just likes to stab him in the back instead.
Murder fine. Rape man.
yeah, murder hobo, not rapey hobo. Let me.
Definitely.
Okay, shall I open the door? Okay, so as Damian pushes the door open, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to reveal it with all of your sort of little. Okay. As the door flies open, I'm going to give you a brief description of the room. 17. The walls of this 20-foot wide, 70-foot long arched corridor are sheathed in amber. The southern half of the hall is scorched by fire, and a charred corpse lies on the floor here, under a burned fur cloak. Several amber doors lead from the hall, and 3 arrow slits are cut from the east wall. Floating in the middle of the halls are 3 skulls wreathed in green flame. Let's roll initiative.
Oh.
Sorry, Jake. What were you saying?
Oh no, that's okay. I was just going to say, is that like were they directly in front of us? But obviously they were.
Yeah, I am going to move them slightly because they'd have been slightly different positions. And I also might give them halos as well because they are very, very small. What shall I give them? It's green halo, surely, must be.
Is it dark in here, or is it actually light?
There's light being shed by these flame skulls. Specifically, they cast light. It does tell me somewhere, but I can't see a number. I'm just scanning to see if I can see a number. Same as a light spell. So 15-foot bright light, 15-foot dim. So these are shining in the dark. But you've got this corpse here of a man that's burned and blackened. Next to him is you can see what looks like the remains of a spell book, and you can also see a staff, sort of white, bluish tinged, ornate staff. First to react is Barwolf, as these skulls, if you can see the little picture, these flamed wreathed skulls, these 2 red pinpoint pupils spin towards you all and start floating towards you all, cackling madly.
Well, I suppose the one in the middle, I'll have a shot at it with my longbow, if that's all right.
The one in the middle?
Yeah.
Go for it.
26.
26 hits.
So as it hits, I'm going to use my arcane shot.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to use bursting arrow. So after I hit it, the target and other targets within 10 feet take 2d6 force damage each.
Okay, force damage is a nice one.
So 7 plus 8. So one in the middle takes 15, the other 2 take 8 damage.
Okay, and that's all within range, yeah.
Yeah. Second action.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have another shot at the middle one.
Yeah, go for it.
You know what? Can I use my sharpshooter feat and take 5 off the attack?
You can.
Yeah, 24.
24 hits.
Lovely. So again, I can only use it once, I think, actually. But the one in the middle takes 7 plus 10 from my sharpshooter feat for 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage. That's a decent turn. Not quite enough. There's chunks of bone flying off the skull as its flame reduces, but it's still flying.
Okay, I'll action surge then if that's all right.
Sure, yeah, if you want it.
All right, one in the middle. I'll have another shot out with my longbow.
Okay, it's not very well at all, Lewis, is all I'd say.
Okay. 28.
28 hits. Come on.
8 points of damage.
Is exactly the amount of hit points it's on. So how does the skull die?
You basically just see Barwolf see it and just go and just shot after shot after shot. And you just see him like going through.
Nice.
And then I think for my last shot, I'll just go for the one at the back if that's all right.
Go for it.
And I'll do my sharpshooter if that's okay. Come on.
Okay, yeah.
20.
20 hits. Yes, this is. You need to add up how much damage you've done this turn,
24
mate.
points of damage.
It's still alive.
Okay. Yeah, that's me. I'm going to just step back a little bit.
And be very smug with your day. Damian's turn.
Okay. Could I take a moment just to think back to my Van Richten's, or would that be like a bonus action or an action to do that?
No, that's fine. So you can have. Well, you roll. Have another Arcana check for these then. Van Richten's would give you advantage. Your Van Richten's Guide to Monsters that you. Did you get him to sign it, by the way?
I can't remember.
I can't remember if you did or not.
Oh, it was a natural 20.
Yeah, flame skulls. So you would know that these things are particularly nasty. They can throw fireballs. They can also throw bolts of magic missiles, and other spell-related things. They are immune to cold, fire, and poison. Cold, fire, and poison does nothing to them, and they're resistant to lightning, necrotic, and piercing. Ooh.
Would I
Hold up.
know if they were... Oh, sorry.
They're resistant to piercing. All of Lewis's damage is piercing.
You are.
Oh well, it's done now.
Are they? Would I know if they count as undead?
Yeah, they are undead.
Okay. So this first one is approximately 35 feet away. So I'm going to move my 35 feet into him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to use the Sun Sword
Wait.
to attack him. So that's a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
So it's going to be... I think
wait a minute. Wait. Hold up. I beg your pardon. That Flame Skull is going to use its reaction to cast Shield.
Okay. Does shield stay up, or does it just use it for that one reaction?
No, it stays up.
Okay. Increases AC by 5, doesn't it? Shield does.
It does. These aren't as fast as you expect them to be, though. You're quite surprised that you've made contact with him. And as it sort of casts this arcane shield, you're still forcing. We'll say you're forcing it to the ground, and it's almost like a ball as it hits the ground and bounces up again. Doesn't take any damage.
I'm going to go for another attack with a Sun Sword.
Yeah.
That's 21 to hit.
21 hits.
So I'm going to add an additional D8 for my superiority dice on it, but I can also do. It does a D8 against. So it does a D8 plus 9 plus an additional. So it does a D8 radiant. Well, it all does all of its radiant damage, I think.
Yeah.
But it does an additional D8 against. So basically, it's 3D8 plus 9.
Correct. Lou, they're resistant to piercing damage.
Okay.
So that's 12 plus another 2d8.
Yeah, but I've overlooked it because you were doing so much damage. 19.
So that's 19 points of radiant damage against it.
Okay, yeah. These are. We'll say that these are sort of decrepit skulls. So these ones aren't resistant to piercing damage. But if you do come across any others, maybe they will be.
Okay.
I'm gonna bonus action punch it as well.
Okay.
For 19 to hit.
19 hits.
So it wouldn't, because it's a bonus action. Oh, I can just do it as normal. So that's 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, still floating. Anything else?
No, that's everything for Damian.
Okay, so first flame skull, the one at the back. Gonna cast a fireball. Still see. Still see. Everyone. Yep. Well, it's gonna move to there. Theodor, Reman, Valkyn, and Barwolf need to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'll use my feet evasion save.
Is that me as well? Have I got to make a dex saving?
Oh, yes, please. Yes, sorry, I didn't see you there. That sounds racist against dwarves. Oh, sorry, little fella, didn't see you there.
I should have took the bloody shield master feat. Twice bloody useful.
Okay. So the damage is that's really poor. 23 halved is just 11. So Sam, you take 11.
Wait, what?
Theodore, yeah, sorry, you take 23.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Theodore takes 23. The rest of you take 11 points of fire damage, with the exception of Mr. Johnson, who I believe you take.
No damage.
Okay. You did, yeah. So let me just have a quick look at Flame Skull. Yeah, they're pretty small things. So that, as it moves 5, it's going to move further away. So it's moved forwards to get into position. Let's just check its movement again. Oh, it's a hover of 40, yeah, so we can probably go back into the corner of the room. Andy, Valkyn's turn.
Cool. I'll move into said room.
Yep.
I'm going to go left. I'll take a shot at the one nearest Jake, please.
Yep.
With sneak attack.
Yeah.
With my crossbow.
He's not acted yet, has he?
No, correct.
Oh, I'll get me assassinate too. Cool.
So it's roll with advantage, and you've just got to poke it, mate. You know.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a natural 20 anyway. Go on. So it's 2d4, 8d6.
2d4. I've already rolled 2d6.
Oh, okay.
66.
Oh, no, yeah, no, it's decent.
What?
It's not. Yeah, no, I'm telling you wrong. It's not the 2d4 because you're using your crossbow, isn't it? Regardless, it's very dead. How do you finish that one?
So it hits it right between the eyes, or where the eyes used to be. As the bolt hits, it kind of erupts into a bit of a shriek and a scream, and all the glow and everything kind of dissipates out the skull, and it kind of just drops to the floor as an empty, lifeless skull.
Okay. Anything else from you?
The one at the far end, please.
You want it what? Sorry.
The shot, the one at the end.
Yeah. What?
With the crossbow.
The range of 55. I think that's still a normal attack for you.
19.
Yeah, 19 hits.
9 points of damage.
This is bonus, isn't it? Yeah. So it only takes 5 because you don't get to add your modifiers to it. Yeah, so that one's and it's halved because it's. Oh no, it's not high. No, because they're ancient old flame skulls. It still doesn't take it down though, which takes us to Reman. So I did Damian pass on the information? So you would know. In fact, you'd know because you rolled 27 to identify these things, Andy. It's immune to cold, fire, and poison. Oh, you think you're muted, Andy?
I'm going to move into the doorway so I can see him, and then I'm going to fire magic missile.
Okay.
Down to the last one. So that'll be 3. This thing keeps popping him away. 3 darts. So that's 3d4 plus 3 force damage on the target.
Yep. Well, I suppose, you know what? As annoying as it's going to be, it's going to cast shield. Shield, automatically you take no damage from magic missile. Yeah, sorry, dude.
With me other 15, I'll move out of the way.
Okay. I've just remembered that was an option for him. Changed that. Dead. So that flame skull's dead though. I just wanted to make sure it was the right one. But that takes us to Brungrik.
Okay.
Didn't roll the initiative for Theodor.
Do you want him to go first then, Dave?
No, you're okay, mate.
10, 15, 20, 25. So he's going to move down the corridor.
Yep.
And dex saving throw 17, please, Dave.
Sure. Rolls 13.
Sweet. So that will be 14 plus 19 points of radiant damage. So flies into the Sacred Flamer.
How does that die?
Just a casual runs in. He's a bit crispy now around the edges and throws it across. His flame engulfs the green flame. Just turns the skull to dust.
Nice. So as these things die, their flame extinguishes. So it's only your own light that's now casting shadows in this room. So what you can see, you've still got this corpse. It looks relatively fresh. The skin is blackened and burned, and it's not overly necrosed. You've got a smaller amber door, 1, 2, 3 to the west, double doors opposite, and then you've got these arrow slits all the way down. On this court, go on, sorry.
The corpse?
Yeah. So you've got
the corpse.
Yeah, everything is destroyed. It was wearing blue robes, which are virtually singed. There's what remains of a spell book, and as you sort of pick it up, you're aware that it's a spell book, but it just crumbles in your hand. And then there's this staff that itself looks like an icicle with a leather handle strap. Yeah, it is completely intact. Just for completeness, what I'm going to do is, as you're having a mooch around, again, I'm just going to use Valkyn's token because you've got the best dark vision. Valkyn can now see through these arrows. In fact, you can all see through these arrow slits, but Valkyn's the one that becomes aware of this balcony is on the same floor that you're on. These steps descend, I think it was 20 feet, 30 feet down onto an open area. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of that open area. But the other thing that you see is a huge statue on the other side of the enclosure, this ground floor. And it's another statue of a hooded, cowled figure in prayer. And where the hood and the cowl is, and Valkyn would specifically know this, is an area of magical darkness. Your best guess from the fireball that Brungrik and Barwolf received, and where this this darkness, this magical darkness is, that is where you believe the fireball came from.
Can I have a look at this staff that Valkyn's holding?
Sure.
I was just about to say I'd pick up the staff and investigate it and probably give it to Reman, but if Reman's going to do that.
Yeah. It's you've heard and seen of such staffs. You know you're going to have to spend either 10 minutes identifying it with your spell or spend an hour with it to actually go over its particulars. But this is a staff of frost. This is a staff that has frost spells imbued into it.
Can I keep hold of that, and when I've got an opportune moment, do a little more research?
Absolutely. So you would be aware that it does require attunement. So attunement is a short rest that you spend with it. So you'd have to spend an hour sat down attuning to it. But yeah, you'd be able to throw a decent amount of cold-related effects through the staff. So 10 past 10. Still got a little bit of life left in this gentleman.
Yeah.
How's everyone looking for hit points? Did everyone took a bit of damage?
I'm about half.
I'm on 75 at the minute. All right.
2/3.
I'm just thinking I can cast Aura of Vitality, which would in essence give me 10 rounds of 2d6 worth of healing so I can only do it one person. So I could do 10 amount of 2d6 worth of healing. And spread it out amongst the group and bump everybody up.
Well, Theodor wouldn't say no.
Say,
Yeah.
I need it.
Reman wouldn't say no to a few, but needs must.
So I tell you what then, I'll do 2d6 for Reman. So that's 10 hit points back.
Thank you.
I'll do 2 for That's 7 for Boojumaflob. Theodor.
Yep. Nice one.
I'll take 2. 9 for me. Anyone else need healing? Otherwise, I'm just going to keep healing myself.
No, I don't need anything.
I'll have, yeah, Theodore will have another one if you.
Yeah. So there's another 6. Andy, did you need some?
I'm on 47 out of 66.
Sorry, Johnson, did you need some?
Hold on a minute, I'm on 48 out of 70.
Well, that's 8 hit points. Miller, take another 8.
Thank you.
I'll take another hit. So that's, it's 11 for me. So I've got 3 hits left.
Please.
I can't see the other dice on that one.
2. 1 and 1.
2. Oh, brilliant. So I've got 2 hits left. Lou, do you need any?
I've got 75 out of 113.
So if I give you a hit, there's 4. I've got 1 hit left. Does anyone else desperately need it?
If it's spare, Theodore's not going to say no.
Anyone else before I give it to Theodore?
I don't need anything. I'm still full HP.
I'm 10. Well, 11 away off being full.
What's Theodore got left? Need?
Yeah, give it to Reman then.
Yeah. Well, there's another 8 there, Miller.
There you go.
I did a bit of reworking on my spells.
Cool.
I
Nice
realised I
one.
was missing out on some decent spells there. That's a cheeky little healing spell. I mean, it's brilliant in combat to a point, but as an out of combat heal, it's, you know, for 60 seconds, it's not bad, is it?
Yeah, that's really good. Really good. Well, it's basically you've had a short rest for everyone, haven't you? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this statue, Dave.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are we going to do anything about it? Because if the face is covered, does that mean something's up there over the face in the hood?
Well, what we do know is that it just says this card tells of a history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. The treasure is hidden in a small castle beneath a mountain, guarded by amber giants.
Is
But it
there any
doesn't say exactly what we're
religious-
looking for.
I think Reman's going to stand by one of the arrow slits and just shout out Kazan and see if anything happens, because he's been doing a bit of research, or he did on his journey prior to meeting this group. He's been on the way to the Amber Temple because he found a book detailing the journey, which described the repository of arcane power, which is what he's been heading towards. And he researched a wizard called Kazan, who's the architect of Castle Ravenloft. He's gone to find the tower because he's heard of a staff of power held within Castle Ravenloft. And just when he gets into the tomb to shout or to speak the name Kazan, but he's just wondering if that'll do anything in the Amber Temple.
So no, there's no response to the name Kazan. It just sort of echoes around. Nothing changes. Nothing shifts.
Okay.
You wanted a religion check, did you say, Sam?
I was asking if there were any religious, what's the word? Symbols.
Yeah, go for it. You can roll. And then what did you say? Look,
I'm almost tempted, because the arrow slots are here, is to fire an arrow into the darkness.
That's a natural 20 for a 25 there, Dave.
that's a natural 20 for a 25. Okay, take your arrow off. I'm not going to ask for a to hit. Though you can take your time. It passes through the magical darkness. hits stone, chips stone off, and you see out of the magical darkness your arrow and some stone chips fall to the floor. 25. This, as you're sort of taking it all in and you're having a think about it, this whole facility is a temple to some unknown god of secrets. All of the gestures with the bowed heads, it's sort of, yeah, this is something to do with secrets. I mean, you've rolled a natural 20. You would be aware in ancient readings of time immemorial where places like this, out of the way places, were used to store captured evils. This is, I'm going to look at Mr. Johnson for the DC equivalent of this. Where do all the baddies go in the outer space bit for DC Comics? Is it the Forbidden Zone?
I don't know.
Oh, right. Okay.
No one's beyond me, Dave.
Oh, right. I beg your pardon. So basically, this whole
no,
structure.
not up on DC.
Oh, and yeah. This whole structure was built to house and hide away evil entities, powerful evil entities. It's devoted to a god of secrets. What I'll do, because I do like to get me money's worth out of it, the whole of the description for this here, bear with me a second, Jake. I'll just read to you. So you've got 4 black marble columns supported by a vaulted ceiling of the temple, at the north end of which stands a 40-foot tall statue of a cowled figure in flowing robes. The statue's stony hands are outstretched as if in the midst of casting a spell. Its face is utter blackness. The ominous statue stands between 2 marble balconies, one of which has partially collapsed and fallen onto the temple's black marble floor in front of an open doorway. The walls of the temple are sheathed in amber, and the doors leading from it are made of amber as well. Arched hallways coated with amber lead from the temple to the west and east. Flanking these exits are alcoves that hold white marble statues. Yeah, that bit you can't actually see yet because you're above it. But what you've got, you can see underneath here, there's an exit underneath here, and you imagine there's one similar your side. Collapsed balcony here and another balcony there with an open door opposite. Just very, very swiftly, cheekily, nip to my other view. Underneath this balcony here, there's a double doors there, and there's an open door underneath, so that you can tell that there's 2 different floors. You're currently on the top one.
One of us out just so we can see that.
Yeah, let me take. Yeah, that's fine, mate.
There you go.
Yeah. In fact, dude, if you want to take yourself and colour all of this in, and then what I'll start to do, I'm going to introduce the lower map as well. So bear with me here. So you're going to be in blackness for a little while. Hopefully this will work. Let me put you all in here. So, Valkyn. Okay. So, hopefully. Right, who's got the light on? It was Barwolf, wasn't it? Barwolf. Light spell. Damian, you've got the sun sword out. And Theodor got his own light source. Okay, don't taz around too much. So you see, you know where that is. That's going up. These are the statues. From your vantage point, you can only see there. You're currently on top of this, so you could only imagine that it's there. That's your open door. That's your other sealed door. Okay, so downstairs and upstairs. The balcony above is intact. The balcony there above that one is partially collapsed. This is the base of the statue. What I'll do, let me take. No, I can't. I can't do it.
Sorry, Dave. Can I just cast a bit of extra light on the situation, just in case we get jumped? Can I cast Fairy Fire?
Yeah. On.
Yeah. Here on this statue in front of us.
Sure. Are you whereabouts on the statue are you casting it?
Just right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Okay. Right.
Statue. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to take you upstairs again. So your tokens are still on the upstairs view. So you've got this cowl, and the cowl of it is magical darkness. You would know that if you cast a fairy fire into that, it's just going to disappear. So you're casting the fairy fire just beneath it.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll just cast it just outside or just in front of it.
Yeah, no, that's fine, mate. That's fine. Yeah.
Just about here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Jake. You were pointing to something about half an hour ago before I went mad with the map.
Yeah, so these here, are these doors here?
Yes.
Can I go back to this door here? Because like I'm aware that we've come in here to look for something. So like I'd almost want to leave nothing unturned. So
Okay.
I'd kind of do the usual routine of be looking for some traps and then be having a look in here.
They're translucent amber doors, so there's nothing in front. Theodor will back you up, and he'd probably sort of suggest that you all stick together as well. As that door opens, a stone blocks resembling tables stand in the centre of this room, covered in dust. Carved into the stone walls are niches filled with hundreds of dusty bottles. Cobwebs hang from wooden ladders that lead against the wall. So it's black marble with an amber door, amber walls. Everything has this sort of translucent quality to it. Yeah. So what do you want to do?
So do the ladders look like they lead anywhere, or do they literally are they just ladders in this room?
It's
almost like they're used as a store.
They are on runners, like a sort of a library. If you've seen them in libraries, sort of archaic libraries. Yeah.
And you said there's like bottles on the wall.
Correct.
Okay. I think Damian would just have almost like a nosy round, look at he'd probably want to do like a bit of investigation because he knows he's in here looking for something potentially wondrous or something that's going to help us with our.
Okay. That's investigation yeah. So it's going to take you a good 10 minutes to have a good proper poke around.
That's a dirty 20.
Yeah. All of the contents of all of the bottles have dried up long time ago, and you have, if you spend enough time, you can go through all of them. They're all empty. Maptool, for some reason, has opened up that room to you as well. I believe you can now see in that room.
What, in the other room? The one next to me?
No, to the north.
Oh, I can't look in any. The far room. Yeah, I can now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that should be closed. So what we'll do is, because we're getting close to the end of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Theodor into there. Theodor gets curious and opens the double doors at the end. He makes sure he's got backup. And I'm going to describe this room to you.
I'll go in there with Theodor, but I want to go back and look at these other two rooms as well, just to.
Yeah, I know, mate. It's a shame I can't reset all of the. Just make sure nothing else is massively opened up now. Okay. So in this room, torches in sconces illuminate a dining table in the center of the room. Covering the table is a magnificent feast that fills the hall with the rich smells of cooked meat, sweet vegetables, piping hot gravy, stuffing, pigs in blankets, cranberry sauce, and wine. What do you want to do?
I mean, seen this before. Damian just thinks immediately back to the maggots in the first place that they went to. And he's gonna kind of like, as the almost like sees Theodor probably reaching out for bits and pieces, and almost like smack the back of Theodor's hands and be like, "Don't do that." He's like, "We're in a dark temple where we've already been jumped by necromantic energy, and you think this is going to be the feast of your dreams? Are you stupid?"
You know what we'll do? Let's have a game of rollies to see if well, it's almost 10:30, so it's are we calling it a night after the decision's made for the rollies? Or
Whatever.
I don't mind.
I don't want to be up too late, but
yeah, okay, we'll call it quits. So what we'll do? What shall I roll? You roll your persuasion versus Theodor's insight. If Theodor wins, he's going to eat
14.
Okay, yeah, no, he's not going to eat. He's going to say, "Oh, all right, okay, fair enough." But he is going to try and inspect it. He'll say to Reman, he'll say, "Right, my learned friend, what do you make of all of this?" So he's going to make an Arcana check, which he's not particularly good at. But he's sort of saying to Reman, give us a hand with this. See what you think. Miller's disappeared. Hasn't he?
Sorry, Cat was trying to get bubble dry.
Or, in fact, he'd probably be asking Barwolf as well, because you've got advantage on these things, you said, didn't you?
Sorry, what you want me to do, Dave?
Arcana check. Oh,
22 for me.
Yeah.
$19.
Okay, so yeah, wonderful scores, the pair of you. So you would be aware of the fact that because you couldn't smell this before, and the light itself wasn't shining through the translucent door, that this is quite possibly a programmed illusion. This is something that's designed to, almost like smoke and mirrors, distract you from something else.
Back to the statue then, Mr. Johnson. The only reason I'm a bit thinking about that statue is pretty much doing the exact same thing I used to do with Rillik. That's all I'm thinking. I'm just wondering if there's some fucker inside there.
Or whether there's something in the magical darkness, like you said.
Okay.
Whatever.
So I'll tell you what we'll do, Jake, because you wanted to open these doors.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just remember. Yeah, that's quite straightforward. So I'll open them both up. There's translucent doors. They'd be virtually impossible to trap. So the one to the north. The one to the south is easiest. Just go down to the south, to the one to the south, Jake, and I'll just give you that dead quick. That is 20-foot long, 10-foot high hallway of bare stone, has an amber door at each end. Okay, nice and simple. So there's a door leading to another door. X20 is the other one. Dominating this room is a 12-foot tall model of a dark castle with high walls and tall spires. Behind it, tucked into a corner, are some ruined furnishings and a wooden chest. So this is a mock-up of Castle Ravenloft.
Can I take some time to study it? Really inspect it, almost like look for where things have been built on it. So like almost like, like the various entry points on that are marked on this model.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. It's an external model. It's not fancy enough to have detachable parts, but you can see that the main entrance itself, it's the main entrance itself. That's the bridge that you've seen in the distance that goes over a gorge into Castle Ravenloft itself. You can see a main door here, and you can see a servant's entrance at the back. You can have a perception or an investigation then, Jake, if you...
Can I join him on that?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm just wondering, is there any chance that I could use... I've got thieves' tools on me, which I imagine like probably has like... not something like a pencil, but probably has like a small kind of like sharp implement on it. So I'd nip back. I'd go and grab some of the ash from the singed corpse, try and mix it with a little bit of water, and potentially use a sharp implement. And then I'd take my Van Richten's guide to Ravenloft, and then on like a blank page, or like my Van Richten's guide, and in a blank page, I'd potentially just try and mark out like a view of the castle.
Okay.
Is that something that's doable? I know obviously it's going to take a little bit of time, but
yeah, no, that's fine, mate. What I'll do, because you pesky lot have avoided going to dinner with Strahd. You've avoided going there to deliver the Haggai. You've avoided anything to do with Castle Ravenloft, so you've not been there. What I'll do when you get there, I'm quite happy to give you, assuming that this is accurate, the grounds pre-mapped. So you would have an awareness of the outside of Castle Ravenloft.
do you still want me to do an investigation or a perception check on it?
Yeah, well, to be honest, Sam's rolled high enough. Sam, you know your card reading, Jake? I know you had a second ago. Have you still got it to hand?
Yeah.
Just read it again for me, if you don't mind.
Is it this card tells you of the history, knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. The treasure is hidden in a small castle beneath a mountain, guarded by amber giants.
Oh shit!
So
We've just
there's the wooden chest in the corner.
Yeah, as you're looking and you're drawing in your Van Richten's guide, you're sort of, right, okay, this is here, that's there, and you notice it inside the actual castle itself, even though there's no removable parts. You can just see through the window what looks like 2 books. And you sort of, oh, that's weird. What? You go around the other side, and there's still, and it'd be. You both notice it at the same time, so I'm not going to ask. Sam's rolled a 26, Jake. It seems pointless asking you to do. But as you're sort of looking and checking the rest of it, nothing else seems to be. You can't remove anything from it. You come to the conclusion that if you're going to get to it, you'd have to destroy the model.
What's the model made out of, Dave?
Mostly wood, light softwood, balsa wood, something similar to that.
Okay. I don't know if there was a way we could do it a bit more delicately than just smashing it to pieces. anyone got any carpenter's tools? I have smithing tools. I don't have carpenter's tools.
I've just got those. I've got a box of thieves' tools. So, or I've got a crowbar. Probably seems a bit excessive. Just twat it with it. I mean, to be fair, I'd quite happily smack. I mean, we've kind of found what we need to become for. So
Yeah. So once you've made your diagram,
yeah,
I'll just get the axe out. Ready, lad?
yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Jimmy's to roll an attack roll there, Dave.
Just see Damian's going to give him a nod.
So, right.
Because I get
Imagine if you rolled a natural one.
Because I have that magic axe, don't I? Oh, it's when I'm attacking plants.
Yeah.
Technically, wood is a plant. It's a tree.
Yeah, true. Extra D8 damage.
And it's understanding. Let me just see if I can. It's real. Open. Right. So inside. Well, yeah, both visible to you. So I'm gonna push this image. Might take a second to load up. Got them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first book that I'm going to tell you about is this one here, and you have read about such tomes before. This is a tome of understanding. This is a very ancient, old, unique magic item. If someone spends, I forget exactly what it is. In fact, let me, instead of saying that, I'll read it to you. I'm going to style this as you're taking a bit of time in this room now that you've figured what it is. This book contains intuitions, insights, and exercises, and its words are charged with magic. If you spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer studying the book's contents and practicing its guidelines, your wisdom score increases by 2, as does your maximum for that score. The manual then loses its magic, but regains it in 100 years.
Oh man, that's pretty sick. What does the other book do?
I'm already at 20.
To be fair,
increases your maximum by 2.
So I can have a wisdom of 22?
You can have a wisdom of 22.
That's permanent?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
So the second magic item has the symbol of Strahd on the front. It's I'm gonna read this, and then I'm gonna link a long script to you in I might put it in Discord. So it's an ancient work. It's in the handwriting of Strahd, which you know now. The short story is it's a tragic tale of how he came to his fallen state. But I'll let you all read it at your leisure if you choose to. Most of it is in a curious shorthand. You can't really make it out. It's old. I mean, it's hundreds of years old. Some of the paragraphs are intact and readable. It's a good chunk. Do you want me to read it to you? It's a good chunk.
Go on.
So it reads, I am the ancient, I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior, I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god, but the war years and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All my goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just God, but with none of the God's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancestral thrones, and brought them here to settle in Castle Ravenloft. They came with a younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty who was called Perfection, Joy, and Treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy, but she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed. The date was set. With words she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the aged that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me tortured her from me, and so I came to hate death, my death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of their wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. I had to understand the pact I made she had to understand the pact I made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mists. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die, nor did I live. I became undead forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light I fear the most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword, that cursed sword that Sergei brought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Tatiana. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her love to me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs, that none may disturb me. I'll link that to you, so you can have a read of it again.
I think Damian would look at Brungrik and he'd hold the sun sword in his hand, and he'd be like, "This must be it, the relic he speaks of."
That's how we do it, lad. That's how we kill him.
Barwolf's obviously never seen the Sunsword before, so he'd be quite going, where did you get this from?
It was in the Abbey at Kresk. It was hidden behind a sun.
I just saw Andy sort of smile and clear his throat. Oh no, you stole it, Jake, didn't you?
No, Johnson stole it. Valkyn stole it. Damian attuned to it.
Fell into your pocket.
We hid
Valkyn
it
will
in
pipe
the-
up and say, yeah, He'll say sort of along the lines of, the Sun Sword is good. It will kill the devil, but how do we make sure he stays dead? We've heard time and time before that this has happened many times before, but are we just another, I don't know, rung in the ladder? Works.
We've listened to the Taroko card readings. Maybe others have defeated him, but maybe no one else has assembled the pieces like we have. And then Damian would kind of look back down to the 6 Taroko cards that we've got, and he'd say, "We found it, the treasure beneath the small castle. We've been to the House of Corruption and found the Amulet of Ravenkind. We found the Sun Sword. We found these tomes. We've met Van Richten, who will be able to help us in this final fight. And then your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. He lurks in the depths of darkness in the one place to which he must return." And then Damian would look up at everyone and he'd say, "That must be the undercrofts of his castle that he speaks of." He's bound to the earth of Barovia. And if we can remove that, we may finally end him.
So we draw him out into the sun then, don't we? Or try and tempt him into the sun with something, or out with something.
Well,
And I think my Barwolf saying that he'll be looking at... Oh, I forgot a name now.
the sun in Barovia isn't bright enough to affect him, though, is it?
No, but probably
It's too
combined with
cold,
the
wouldn't
Sun Sword.
The two sources of light that would be the same would be the Amulet of Ravenkind and the Sun Sword. They both emit sunlight.
We've got the amulet, the sword, Van Richten's knowledge and expertise. We've got potentially we've got 2 of the crystals, and potentially if we manage to regain the 3rd, that might also help us in our fight.
There's a staff of power in the castle as well.
What, deeper within the castle?
Yeah, in the yeah, I'm assuming it's down. Well, it's somewhere.
Are we talking about the Amber Temple, or are we talking about
No, at Castle Ravenloft, there's a staff of power allegedly held there, according to my research.
Right. Because I know Argunvoss said to us that his heart lies in the depths of the castle. We must kill the heart first to fully destroy him. I think whilst we're having this conversation as well, the little wooden chest in the corner, I think Damian would want to have a look in what's in the wooden chest.
Motherfucker.
The chest is completely empty. It's a rare.
You can have it then, Nate.
This one's all you, Jake.
Thanks.
So, few things to consider. Shall we leave it there then?
Yeah.
Ready to continue next time? Okay, sound.